Buenas, good morning, afternoon, or night, whatever it is there for you. Welcome to the presentation on the verb estar and numbers 31 and higher. Now, as you know, there are two verbs in Spanish that we use to discuss to be. I am, you are, he is, we are, they are. Ser, we've already discussed in the ser presentation. Go ahead and review that if you need to. Ser is used to portray ideas that are considered more permanent. Things like I am tall, yo soy alta. I am friendly, yo soy amable. If I'm a tall person, I'm generally always going to be tall. Estar, however, is used to express temporary conditions. It's the idea of something that's more temporal. There's a really great rhyme that can help us with the verb estar. It goes like this. How you feel and where you are, that is when you use estar. Why? Because estar is mostly used to express temporary conditions or states of being, things like emotions. I am happy, estoy feliz, I am angry, estoy enfadada, or where you are in the moment, because you're never in one place forever. Yo estoy en casa, I am at home. Now, how do we conjugate the verb estar? Yo estoy, tú estás, él está, nosotros estamos, vosotros estáis, ellos están. As we discussed in the ser presentation, vosotros is the y'all form used exclusively in Spain. You can use it if you'd like. You can practice as much as you want. I can give you extra practice, but you will never see this on tests and or in the material in class. Now, the verb estar does have accents, and you must include the accents in Spanish 101 and for the rest of the time you learn Spanish. Why? Because if you do not include them, estar turns into a very different word with a very different meaning. So whenever you're writing estás, está, estáis, or están, make sure you're putting that accent over the A. When do we use the verb estar? Well, we use it in place. Positions, locations, actions, conditions, or emotion. If you wanted to say I'm sick or I'm lost in Spanish, you'd be mistaken to use the to be verb that you previously learned, ser. Ser only describes permanent or nearly permanent states, such as being married, casado, casada, being tall, alto, alta, or skinny, flaco, flaca. The second to be verb in Spanish, estar, is used to describe location, health, or any condition that is seen as temporary. Position, looking here at place. The position you are, okay? Estoy de pie, I'm standing up. Estoy en casa, I am at my house. Estoy en el sofá, I am on the sofa. Okay? Location, tú estás en clase, you're in the class. Acción, these are present progressive. Estoy hablando, I am speaking. Condition, this is a physical condition that's temporary. Things like estoy enferma, which I am. I apologize for the sniffles. I am sick. Estoy enferma. And then emotion, of course. Estoy enfadada. I'm angry. Estoy feliz. I am happy. In the above example, you certainly don't expect to be sick, lost, happy forever. So that's why we're using estar. Let's look at this in a more specific way. First, ubicación, location. We use the verb estar to describe the location of people, places, and things. Everything except for events. Remember, that's the one exception for ser and estar, is that you would think you use estar to describe location of events, but nope, events are ser. Typically, we use the following format. The noun, whatever you're talking about the location of. Estar conjugated to match the noun. A preposition of place, this is telling you where it is. Things like en in Spanish, or on top of, below, beside, and then the noun. Here's some great examples. La Universidad de Arizona está en Tucson. The University of Arizona is in Tucson. Arizona está en los Estados Unidos. Arizona is in the United States. When are we going to use this? Let's look at some more examples. We use it to talk about where people, places, or things are located. El libro está encima de la mesa. The book is on top of the table. Los niños están en la guardería. The children are in the daycare. El Departamento de Español y Portugués está en Modern Languages. Department of Portuguese and Spanish is in Modern Languages. Nosotras estamos en la biblioteca. We are in the library. Yo estoy en mi cama. I am in bed. Uh-oh, don't forget, events are always there. So if we're talking about a wedding, you're going to use la boda es en la playa. The wedding is at the beach. Let's take a few minutes to practice. Please pause this video and write the conjugation of estar to complete these sentences. Then we will review. Okay, ready? Mis padres en Perú. My parents are in Peru. Mis padres están en Perú. Yo estoy viendo la televisión. I am watching TV. Mi gato debajo de la cama. My cat is below the bed. Está. Los leones están en el zoológico. The lions are in the zoo. Nosotras estamos en casa. We are at home. Los coches están en el garaje. The cars are in the garage. And tú estás de pie. You are standing, or you are on your feet. Now, in order to use location, you're going to need to know prepositions of place. I've included a very fun video for you here at the bottom on YouTube. Make sure you click that and watch it and practice along. You can also find many of the most common prepositions of place here. On top of, encima de. Underneath, debajo de. To the right of, a la derecha de. To the left of, a la izquierda de. To the side of, al lado de. In between, entre. In front of, delante de. Behind, detrás de. Okay? One thing, let's go back, is if you say something is, for example, on top of, you're going to use encima de. But if it's on top of a masculine noun, something like el coche, then you need to add that L to the de and form it into one word. Del, encima del coche. Okay, here you can see example right here about sillón. Okay, let's do some more activities and practice. Take 2 minutes to write down where these animals are using estar and the preposition of place. Now, cat is el gato and bird is el pájaro. You can find the words up here. How do you say box? La caja, C-A-J-A. So go ahead and write down estar and the preposition of place using these. Ready? ¿Listos? Let's look at them. Did you get them right? If not, you can go back and practice this. There are many more videos on YouTube, and you can always ask me for extra help. Now, the second use of estar is emotions. This is the most common use. We use estar to talk about how we're feeling in the moment, whether we refer to emotional states or temporary physical states like illness. Here's a great example of many different conversations using emotional and physical states. You can review this on your own. What are some great emotion words? Well, here are some ones that you might commonly use. Estresado, stressed out. I know I'm always stressed out. Yo estoy estresada. Okay, I am stressed. Or right now, maybe you're tired. Cansado, cansada. Yo estoy cansada. Okay? Just remember that adjectives must always match the nouns they describe in gender and number. So, even though aburrido ends in an O, it can change because it can describe a man or a woman or a group of people who are bored. Say it's el estudiante. You would say el estudiante está aburrido. But if you're talking about the girl student, then you would say la estudiante está aburrida. Okay? Here's some more examples. Yo estoy feliz, I'm happy. Tú estás enfermo, you're sick. Nosotros estamos enfadados. We're so angry. Let's take a few moments and practice this. Pause this video, write down estar, conjugated to match these subjects. Okay? How'd you do? No problem. You're getting the hang of it. Now, just know that you need to have the correct verb, ser or estar, because if you don't, then the meaning is going to change. Here's an example. ¿Cómo estás? How are you doing? Because you're talking about how are you doing right now. Estar implies the temporary. How are you feeling? Whereas if you say ¿Cómo eres?, then you're asking someone, what are you like? Who are you as a person? Here's another example. Estoy aburrida. I'm bored right now. I'm so bored. Soy aburrida. I'm boring. I am a boring person. You don't want to make that mistake. Okay. Third, present progressive. These are ing verbs in English. For example, I am eating. I am speaking. You are sleeping. The Spanish present progressive is used to talk about something that's happening in the moment, which is why we use estar. It's the I am part. So first you conjugate estar to match the subject, I, you, he, she, it, they. Then you create the present participle. How do you do that? Say you want to talk about someone speaking. I am talking. We know to talk is hablar. So I, yo, am, estar conjugated to yo, which is estoy, talking. Hablar, take off the AR and add an ando, A-N-D-O. That's basically the ing of Spanish. Estoy hablando. Now, you do the same thing with ER and IR verbs. So you take off the ER or the IR and you add IENDO, yendo. Okay? That is the ING of ER and IR verbs. Here's some more great examples that you can look over. La abuela, el abuelo, está durmiendo en la sofá, no en la sala. The granddad is sleeping in the living room. Let's practice. Go ahead and conjugate these verbs to the present progressive. Conjugate estar first to match this subject, yo, mi mamá, mis hermanos. Then separately take these second verbs, hacer, cocinar, escribir, etc. Take off that ER, IR, or AR and add ando or yendo. How'd you do? Not too bad. Good job. All right. Pretty self-explanatory, but let's go over it. Okay. After 20s, you have to write out the numbers with an and in the middle. So instead of having the I where you smush the words together, you have the and in the middle. 31, 31. Okay. If something ends in uno, but you're going to be describing how many of something you have, how many of this noun, then you have to drop that O to un before a masculine noun, or you have to change it to una before a feminine noun. Here's some great examples. 100 means 100, okay? So hay 100 libros en esta clase, and hundreds are cientos. So you would say 200, 300, 400. Okay? Now, please be careful because 60s and 70s are easily confused. Take a few minutes to write down how you say these words or how you would write these words because you're writing it down. 67, 73, 79, 64. Okay? Now here are those hundreds that I was telling you about. 100, 100, 200, 300, 400, 600, 700, 800, 900. The only one that's a weirdo is 500. It turns into 500. It's the only one that looks strange. Otherwise, it's just the initial number added to cientos. Easy breezy. 9 is also a little bit different, but it's much more similar to the original 9, but it turns into 900. Let's practice writing some higher numbers. 549. So first you write out 500, then you write out 40, then the y, and then the 9. How'd you do? Okay, now if you're going to start talking about thousands and millions, Just know that in Spanish, we use a period instead of a comma. So anytime you